This is a lecture about the sexual violence. These are the participants: Karen Dayana Caro, Angela Caterin Vaquero, Marci Enid Saavedra, Claudia Flores, and me, Heidi Rincon Moreno. We are the group number 4 of the course Advanced and English 1. So here you can see in the next slide the topics of this lecture. First one, sexual violence by Marcy. Second one, motivation by Angela. Third one, aftermath by me. Fourth one, treatment by Claudia. And the last one, fifth, movements by Karen. So go to start.
Thank you. Sexual violence. Sexual violence means that someone manipulates someone force or manipulates someone else into unwanted sexual activity without their consent. We are talking about we don't need to penetrate somebody for to be sexual violence. Just when somebody wants to touch you, or when somebody wants that you show her or him your intimate parts, or when that person need that you touch him or her, or when somebody wants to feel you naked, and exits so much ways from to make a sexual violence. Please, the next. Vulnerability conditions. Maybe you are more vulnerable. Please excuse me, I am a little nervous. So when you have fear, when you're scared, you are vulnerable. Or maybe a child is more vulnerable when you're illness, when you are disability, or when you are under the drug effects, you are more vulnerable. Please, the next. So don't trust. You can trust in any person. Anyone can experience sexual violence, including children, teens, adults, and elders. Those who sexually abuse can be acquaintances, family members, trust individuals, or strangers. We always make a mistake, and we used to say to the children that take care with the strangers, or don't trust in strangers. But maybe that the person that abuse them are the person that to be around, the family, or maybe the parents. Each person maybe one abuser, so don't trust in nobody. We have to speak to the children in the clear form, because they have to know what happened when we trust, and when we give confidence to the other persons. So don't trust. Thank you. Now we will keep on with Claudia? No, Angela.
Okay.
Thank
you. Thank you, partner. Hello everybody. My name is Angela Vaquero, and I talk about the motivation about sexual violence. There are three main factors. There is psychological, social, and situational factors. Um, Psychological factors, personality disorders with predominant dependent, phobic, and compulsive personality traits. Mm, Also, people with low self uh, testimony who seek to affirm themselves through acts of domination, self-affirmation, interpersonal problems. With this factor, people with psychopathic or antisocial problems are identified where the desire for power prevails over the victim, and to do physical and sexual harm. On the other hand, there are cases where the impossibility of the individual to feel pleasure without generating violence predominates. And a particular situation that is well known, there is a people stories as victims of sexual abuse, and that eventually leads to become an aggressor. Next, please. Okay. Social factors. We find situations such as women as a means of consumption, sexist language, and violence. Is I don't know. We can show that some communities of societies in which dissociate themselves from autonomy and respect over their body to the other person, and prevails the power over others. Also, I think I don't know, a broke or aliens, they rise and her I don't know, and I don't know, I'm subjected the witness to scenarios of violence and other factors that that has taken hold, which leads to her begins as an object and further encourages sexist language or violence. Women allows their valid within surgery. There are many surgeries and communities that still converse or develop stereotypes where there is contempt that the vulnerable person is available and can be violent. And there is something that women like very often, and is the harness. Some men consider this act is so normal, this attitude, and that is part of their of their manhood, but they violent and denigrate us in a rape way. The next, please. And for less situational factors, the use of drugs and alcohol consumption can precipitate sexual assaults, or can be an element to carry out, such as the use of drugs then, generate situation circumstances. People who take advantage of reality and stop acting based on moral, ethical guidelines and normal injustice, and use these drugs or alcohol, and they can be they are generate aggressive and impulsive acts over other people. There is a person dependent and obsessive, and can act um, in the way so aggressive. Also, I don't know, I can find a situation of insecurity and scenarios of social vulnerability, or I don't know, economic situation that can be factors to lead the person opportunities, aggressor carrying out violence acts given the victims happens next. So I don't know, and now continue with my partner. Hey, thank you very much.
Okay. In this case, the aftermath um, of sexual violence is the same between female and male survivor. But in some case, affected more a family part. But between both gender, the this kind of experience uh, tried so aftermath like mental health, um, change your behavior, um, your your conduct, your comportment is different. Okay. Um, Also, like I said before, the girls and women bear the heaviest burden of trauma and illness resulting from sexual violence because they have to um, mm, a similar some aftermath that maybe can affect your physical appearance. So, for example, pregnancy, like we can see in the next slides, but it's important that the people understand that aftermath can attack every people, no matter is female, no matter is male, uh, boys, girls, all have to um, confront this kind of aftermath. In the case of the woman, the pregnancy or the unsafe abortion or maybe any sexually sickness about transmitted by the sexual violence can the consequence of suffer this kind of situation. So, continuing this slide, I want to share with you some of the aftermath more common in the female or male person. Uh, they can suffer depression, the flashback about the event, they repeat one on another again the situation of the sexual violence. Also, like say before in other slave, uh, his conduct changed. Like for example, present eating or sleep disorder for for her or his behavior. Aslo can uh, abuse of substance like alcohol or whatever drugs that they can use. They can have aftermath like panic attack or any of these that you can see in this uh, presentation. So now I want to continue with my partner Claudia. So thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. In this topic, I'm going talking about the treatment. In this part, there are many steps. The step number one is listen without production. Well, in this case, it's necessary to know how to listen, and then you should be unconditional with the person. Mm, other part very important is acceptance, his story, and the authenticity of this, not judgment. Uh, Please next slide. Okay, and step number two. Mm, the person of his words and of his history can express it through drawing, writing, music, bad expression, because and, they can speak better about his situation. It's facilitate narration. You have the right to feel the control of your process. Number three, please. Okay. The step number three is talking about the fault. And they have many faults. So the person can share his experience in an integral way. That is how he felt his first. No one should force him into anything during his liberation process. In the past, number four, the person has the right to share his history with being re-victimized. For me, its point is the most important in the list because many people re-victimize to many victims. Uh, in the okay, we are friends, Karen. Let's continue with the presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, classmates. Now we are going to see the movement that the first we have a hashtag 7N feminist platform against sexist violence. This movement was created in Spain. That movement is a derivation of other movement that is common in the 8th of March, but they decided to create this new movement, call it hashtag 7N. As Me Too, this movement wants the equality between male and female, and also they want to avoid the sexist violence and sexual abuse. Please go to the next slide. Now we have the Pussy Riot. The Pussy Riot is a Russian movement, but it's only a band of rock and punk rock that support um, the ideas against the sexual violence and abuse, and also they support the community LGTB, because in Russia it's forbidden to express love between persons that are of the same sex, like gays or lesbians. Due to this is a bad example for the kids, and that according to the Russian government, that doesn't avoid a good development of their childhood, and they are not, they don't have the enough support of the other Russian people, because the laws there are very strong and strict. So um, they are alone in this fight. Please go to the next. And now we have balance to pork, that is a that is considered that is a Me Too French, because as you can see in the picture below, after the Me Too 10 in the world, periodist that is in this part that is called um, Sandra Muller. They create this movement because she she sued someone who was abusing of her. Please continue to the next. In this, we have the biggest movement in South America, that is Ni Una Menos. This movement, like Me Too, I forgot it, are against the sexual violence and abuse of women, and these have a repercussion in Italy and Spain. The next, please. And now we have the Me Too, and in this movement also is added the We Too, that is when the men want to support their sisters, cousin, mothers, all the women of their family or of their community. Next, please. Now we have the Time's Up, that is created by actress in Hollywood that wants to avoid the abuse in the industry or to get benefits in companies. So they want to um, support in the law to avoid this kind of sense. Next, please. And here we have a map with the different movements. I know my face is crazy. And as you can see, we have the 6 movement around the world. Also in China, I think is the movement, but in China it's difficult to express this because they have to, their culture are very, I don't know, is commanded by a patriarchy, so it's difficult to go out and march. But thanks to the Twitter and other social networks, we can demand, we can suit this and talk about our experience, and I don't know, maybe highlight some things that hurts women and some people that want to attack the woman. And we can go at these social networks for asking help or for talk about our feelings, and we can create a net to support many people. So As we can see, we are not secure, but the idea is that society change their mind and help women, and we are not more than males, but we are like a team. We are not more than a man, but also we are not less. I don't know. We have to be similar in everything. Thank you so much, and goodbye.